Welcome to lesson 28. We want to continue talking about making new chords, primary triad chords of the 1, 3, 5 degrees. That's 1, 3, 5. I was originally talking about the normal A chord from the A major scale. Just to recap, A to A naturally on the white keys of a piano. Apply the tone-tone semitone structure of the major scale. You turn it into a major scale and you end up with sharps. Now if we made a chord out of the first, third, fifth position, we'd end up with A, C sharp and E. I've wrote it up here, A, C sharp, E. And I also wrote it over there too, 1, 3, 5, A, C sharp, E. That was made from this natural scale. But we want to talk about this chromatic scale of A sharp or B flat equivalent. So if we did, what we're going to do here, we're going to take these A, C sharp, E. We're going to shift them all up one semitone or one fret on your guitar. And I've wrote here again to create primary triad chords of the 1, 3, 5 degrees. There. In the sharp versions, move all the major natural equivalent up one semitone. So that's all these. From there, going to go here along one semitone. So let's have a look. If we went to the A, we're going to be wanting an A sharp. So that's shifted up one semitone. So let's call that A sharp. That's your first, your tonic, your root. It's going to be called A sharp scale, as we originally wrote out here. The third position, what have we got on the third position? We've got a C sharp. Let's have a look. So we've got A, we've got C sharp. We need to move it up one semitone, so we're going to end up with a D. And then we've got an E on the fifth position. Let's have a look. A, C sharp. This was the original. A, C sharp, E. So we're going to move that E up one semitone or one fret on your guitar, and we end up with an F. So let's have a look at the equivalent. A to A sharp, A to A sharp, C sharp to D, and E to F, E to F. So if we're playing the A major scale, our chord would be made up of A, C sharp, E. But if we wanted an A sharp chord made from the A sharp scale, B flat equivalent, we've shifted all the major ones up one semitone, and we've ended up playing it A sharp, D and F. So let's look at doing another one. Let's look at this C one. I'm going to rub this out and we're going to do C one. This is probably going to be near the last lessons, maybe another 2 lessons on theory, and when we get to probably lesson 30, get your guitar out, and we're going to start shifting towards playing the guitar, so you won't have to put up with this boring theory any longer. Okay, so let's look at this C scale, C to C natural. Let's look at that C to that C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, octave, C. We apply the tone-tone semitone structure, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. It didn't produce any sharps in this C. So we want the first position, the third position, and the fifth position. So here we end up with C, E, G. So in the key of, or the key scale of C major, you would strum C, E, G all together to make a C chord. Now if we wanted to go to, here's a natural one, but if we go to C sharp, that chord is going to be converted in the same way. We're going to shift all these up, C, E, G, one semitone. We'll be able to confirm it visually on here. So let's look at number 1, C. We've got 3, E, G. C, E, G. So if we move the first one up one semitone, we end up with C sharp. If we move the E one semitone up, we end up with an F. And if we move the G up one semitone, we end up with a G sharp. So that's the chord of C sharp major. 1, 3, 5 degrees. So have a look at here, 1, 3, 5. We've wrote out C here. Ignore this lot. We're after here. This is the one we want here. C sharp or D flat. It's exactly the same thing. We want 1, 3, 5. So originally C to C sharp for the first position. Second position was E. Sorry, third position was E. We shifted it up, look, one semitone, it gave us an F. And then the third position, we shifted from a G to a G sharp. Now you've noticed probably above here, I've done the usual do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, back to the beginning. That thing you might hear if you've ever watched Sound of Music. So in the key of C, we're strumming a C chord. In the key of C sharp major, we're strumming C sharp, F and G sharp. That's how we've converted it. Let's just do one more. We're going to do the G. It just reinforces over and over, and sometimes I add a little bit more information as I think of it, because all this is just off the top of my head. So I'm just going to rub these out, and I'm going to look at the G scale. So G to G naturally. Okay, let's have a look at that G to G natural. Let's look, choose this G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, white keys of the piano. Down here, apply the tone, tone, semitone structure to make it a major scale. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. We end up with an F sharp. What we're interested in for our chord is a 1, 3, we wipe this out underneath. We want 1, 1, 3, 5 there. Okay, let's write here then G, B, D. So when you're in the key of, or the key scale of G major with this F sharp, if you play your G chord, it's made up of G, B, D. Let's look here, G, we're down here now. Let's have a look at G. We don't want that, do we? It's G sharp, G sharp, or A flat equivalent. Okay, that was incorrect, so I've just corrected it. So the G sharp, so we've got G, B, D, G, B, D there. Let's just use the 3 fingers there. That's the chord. Let's start on G sharp. Yep, G sharp. Let's raise the semitone, B, B to C, and D to D sharp. That's what you'll get with your G sharp chord. G sharp major primary triad chord. That's the equivalent. So we're going to leave it at that, and we're going to move on.